As part of the Ferring Fertility Diaries, I'm going to talk to you today about IVF and fertility treatment. So I went through 3 rounds of IVF. The first 2 were by myself using donor sperm, and the 3rd one was with my partner. The first 2 I underwent as I say, by myself, and I think I felt a little bit like a rabbit in headlights. The first round unfortunately ended in miscarriage, and the second one failed completely, at which point the clinic told me I was unlikely to ever carry a child of my own. And at that stage I'd met somebody, so I walked away from treatment at that point. But I found that the news devastating, and I think in hindsight I wish I'd explored a little bit more in terms of any support available. I felt like, this had been my decision and I needed to do it by myself, and I really didn't. And I think there's also the disenfranchised grief around infertility, and also the loss of a baby, and a failed round is also a loss. And I think I didn't seek enough support for that, and I think that's really important that people do, because it is a huge loss. It's a life-changing loss. Then I underwent my final round with my partner, and we got pregnant with twins, and unfortunately we lost those. We also had some natural pregnancies, so altogether I lost 7 babies. And at that point the fertility clinic were unwilling to go forwards with any donor eggs, and they felt that I would lose every pregnancy. I think things have changed. So when I first started doing IVF back in 2011, there wasn't the same support that I was aware of back then. I think it's improved a lot. I feel like it's talked about a lot more, but I think anyone going through it, it's really important to try and find people going through it. There's so many communities online. There's people there to support you, people going through it, people who've been through it. It's certainly on Instagram, I found it a very supportive community. They're trying to conceive one, and many people going through either IVF with their own egg and sperm, or donor conception as well. There's a lot of support out there, and I really recommend trying to find it and getting that support. I think also, as I mentioned, the grief, it's really important to be aware of that, and to potentially find support for the grief as well, because everyone carries it differently, but it is a difficult thing to accept, and to have to move on from, if that's not quite the right term. I think that if I could go back and tell myself anything now, I think, I always wanted to carry on. I wanted to become a mother, and I think I made the choice between carrying on fighting for pregnancy or actually achieving motherhood. And I think if you know that you want to be a mother, there are ways, and it's such a difficult journey. I think you become quite focused on, I need to get pregnant, and you lose sight of actually what is it you want. I wanted the noise, the mayhem, the Sunday dinners, the days out, the school run, and that's what I now have. So I think just keep in mind what it is you really want out of the pregnancy, because it can be so focused on that one element.